It is just like a confederation. You have that brother also made mention of Holland, and the Holland is also called Netherlands. Okay, and then you talk about Greek in Greece. That is what we call Hellas. I don't know what that Hellas means, but I have seen the Greek people using the word Hellas. I don't know what Hellas means. Then you come to Finland. If you come to Finland, the name of Finland is Suomi. Do you know that?
No, I'm not aware of it.
Are you okay? Now I am telling you for the very first time today that Finland is called Suomi. Okay, so the name of Finland is Suomi. Now, people should understand that you have to be well versed in history. You have to be civilized to know how to handle this kind of controversial issues when they come. I am a civilized person. I don't just fight because somebody wants me to fight somebody. That is why I will never fight those who are fronting Idu, so long as they believe in disintegration of Nigeria and they believe in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And then also because I have come to understand what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu preaches is all about. He himself gave assignments to Biafrans to go and research that the key to Biafra is in Idu. So I want to challenge anybody to go and do exactly what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu asked you to do if you actually believe him. He said that the key to Biafra is in Idu. Now, how do we get to Biafra if the key is in Idu and some people don't want to talk about Idu? That's a question I'm asking them.
Okay. Since you have talked about this Idu, remember I asked you one question that comes in two different forms. Number one, okay, the question itself is the unification of our people, which number one is the Ibonization of Biafra as a name that made our people from coastal region never to believe or try to participate in what we are doing, especially since our leader was kidnapped. And now the second, in one question, that about those who have been discouraged from the shenanigans of those that claim to be the one piloting the affairs of IPOB, which is the front runner of the Biafra nation. So you have answered the first question, the first part, about those who have been discouraged, that the only way we can get everyone involved is to stand by the truth. And then the second part of the same question, you talked about Idu. So let me say that I want to, there is something, somebody sent me a particular picture, a live picture, not customized one, not the picture taken from computer. This is a picture taken directly from the scene of the event. I want to bring this picture to the screen, and I want to ask you if you have seen this picture, or if you haven't seen it, maybe you have seen it for the first time, please, what do you have to say about this very picture? I don't know if I can make it bolder.
You can zoom it. You can zoom it a little bit, please.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I can see it now. No, again. Yeah. I think I can see it now. It's okay now. Yeah. What is in the picture? It says Idu Eri Kingdom, Obugad Palace, Enugu Aguleri, State, Eze Chukwu Emeka Eri. You see, so this is in Igbo land. All right. So what is the question? The question is whether I have come across this, right?
Have you come across it? And if you haven't, maybe you have seen it now or you have seen it before. Now, what you have to analyze about this Idu Eri Kingdom, because this is in our own land. People think Idu is extracted from foreign countries. What do you have to say about this?
Well, I have come across this particular picture on social media, and actually, this is to show that the problem we have in the struggle is that we have illiteracy, so much of illiterate everywhere, fronting, especially the so-called media warriors. They are suffering from the highest, I don't know how to, but I think the worst of the illiterate you can think of is in this struggle. And that is what has brought this kind of division and confusion. Now, if it is not illiteracy, I believe that what people should do is that this particular signboard that you just showed now is not in Kafanchan, right?
Yeah.
It's not in Kaduna.
Mm-hmm.
It's not in Kano.
Mm-hmm.
It's not in Lagos.
No.
It is not in Ogbomosho.
Mm-hmm.
It is not in Enugu State.
No way.
It is not in Imo State.
Mm-hmm.
It is not in Ebonyi State.
No.
It is not in Abia.
No.
It is not in River State.
No.
It is not in Akwa Ibom State.
Never.
It is not in Cross River.
No.
It is in Anambra State.
Exactly.
It is in a place called Aguleri.
Mm.
Now, you see, so if these people are actually people that it is not when you go to school you become educated. There are what we call formal and informal education. So you don't need to go to school to get educated. Okay. So when we talk about illiterate, we are not just talking about those who went, those who did not go to school. You can still get informal and formal education. Does not mean you have to go to school. Now, the point here is that if those people who have destroyed or who are trying to destroy the movement of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have something in upstairs, like brain, what they should do is before they start attacking those who were shouting Idu or who have come to embrace Idu or Igodomi Igodo, whatever they call them, they should go and ask this man question. Where did this come from in the middle of Anambra State in Aguleri and Umuleri? And I don't need to tell you the history of Aguleri and Umuleri. They should also go and check the history of Umuleri and Aguleri, how that area come to be in their name. I think when they actually understand how the Aguleri and Umuleri come to be, or the area come to be in their name, they will understand that we are talking about the ancient people. Ancient people who knows everything that we don't know. So what they should have done, first of all, but we know they are not genuine, is to go to that particular king and ask question. How come you are Idu? But somebody like me, before joining Biafra struggle, I already know a lot about it. I already know a lot about Igodomi Igodo. And our leader also knows a lot about this name. But then he said that the key to get Biafra lies in Idu. And here we have in Anambra State a king who have ancient history that some of these people don't have. So why have they not gone to that person and asked them, why are you answering Idu in Anambra State? Because also to address the issue of the unification. Who knows? When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say key, say that the key to Biafra lies on Idu. Who knows? Maybe this will be the thing that will unify everybody. Only the people who don't have the knowledge about the Idu will now fight those saying it. Because what I have just noticed is that everything Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have taught from the beginning to now, people have come to counter it. Everything he does, they have destroyed it. Even the oath that I took, which was okay for him, you have seen them today. They say the oath you take by the phone on the phone is not okay because Simon Ekpa is involved. So what they are doing is to destroy everything Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has done. And I believe and I hope you are going to ask questions concerning that today, because there are a lot of things that are going to come out from this mouth. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Mazi Simon Ekpa the Great. Before I go into another question, I want to use this medium to tell everybody who is joining this live broadcast, please control yourself irrespective of who sent you. Control yourself on the chat section. Do not force me to click the button because it's only one click and you are gone. One comment will make you, I'm not going to block you from commenting, but I will block you from even watching. So just be guided. Do not force me to take you away. It's better you listen and you'll be able to take the message to your sender, those that sent you, than to make me to block you even before the main message will get to you. Thank you.
My brother, let me make just one clarification, just in a few seconds. The clarification I want to make today is that it is quite sad that people are, they don't understand that Idu is good. So when you say Idu, you are talking about Igodomigodo. And that is why they should go and ask questions before they come online and start attacking intellectual. I know that some of, the point is that some people, when we were joining this struggle, some people were telling us that we can't, deal with this bunch of illiterate. It is not about whether we did not believe it, but some of us know that, somebody have to do something in addition to what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is doing. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is, constantly crying for men. Why you have all this bunch of illiterate everywhere, and he's still crying. So, people want us, some of us, the point is that we have put our integrity online, and there is no going back. We either fight till we get Biafra or nothing.
Thank you, Master Simon Ekpa, the great man. We have to move immediately without any hesitation to the second question. I want you to talk about, because a lot of things have happened since June when our leader was kidnapped and returned to Nigeria. We have been battling against the enemies within and without. Now, since we have seen and known our enemies, please, do you have any plan, or what do you think? How do we unify those genuine Biafran agitators? Because so many people are coming up with different ideas. What we are going to do and this and that. How, or do you think that is necessary that we all unify together to have one voice? And if you think that is necessary, how do you think we can go about it? I'm talking about those that are speaking up, those genuine freedom fighters, and those that have platforms that people are listening to. Do you think it's necessary to unify all of them together?
There is need to unify everybody, those genuine ones. And I volunteer to give regular training to those who need it.
And how do they get it? Do they get it? Are you advising them to reach me, to get you on SIMA, or how do they get to you for this training?
Let us agree today, this day, the 29th December 2021. This Biafra movement is not a child play. We are here to get freedom. We are here to make history. And the idea of unifying every broadcaster, genuine ones, which we have identified, is that either it doesn't matter where you people can, they can get to you. You can get not them getting to you. You can get to those you believe are genuine. Nsima can do the same thing. Achebe can do the same thing. Raphael can do the same thing. Every other genuine agitators can do the same thing. Make sure gather everybody together, and I will be giving, even if it is twice a month, workshop. That I can be, building some things in them, and we are going to win this particular. No, not just for the enemy within. The enemy within are powerless because lies can never stand the test of time. We are not going to unite against the enemy within. They don't have anything to offer, believe me. By the time we begin to make expositions, these people will go into oblivion. They will disappear because it is only those that with truth that will stand the test of time. I have always said. So we need to train the genuine broadcasters to certain things that I will not review here, how to make this thing happen, and we will see before February. Let us start this in January, and before February, we are all over internet.
Thank you so much. So I'm using this medium to tell our people, if you know or you think or you believe that you are on the truth, on the side of the truth, get in touch with me via my WhatsApp number or get in touch with Nzima, and I will try to get in touch with those that I can for all of us to unify together in order to have one voice. From this very January, we are entering in the next 3 days. Everything is going to change. I want to assure you, President Kanu will be released and Biafra will be.
And let me say this one again. We are going to make sure that our message goes to every village in Biafra.
Exactly.
It is not just. It is going to be more than transmitter. Where we will do it this coming year.
Thank you for that. Thanks a lot. I'm very happy to hear that. Now we go straight to the third question. Our women, our Umada Biafra. I hosted them here a few weeks ago. We talked about Sunday Sit at Home. And I was lucky to be in one meeting with you, in one Zoom meeting with American Biafran veterans few weeks ago, whereby we also talked about the Sunday Sit at Home. So, Umada Biafra, we are here a few weeks ago as well. We talked about the Sit at Home on Sunday. And I want to use this medium. We have emphasized on this. We have talked about the benefits, why we want to implement this Sit at Home. So I don't think we need to continue discussing about why we are implementing the Sunday Sit at Home, because we have talked about it. It's already everywhere. So I want to ask you, are you in support of it? And if yes, please tell us why. If no, tell us why, please.
I am in support of Sunday Sit at Home because people should understand that if care is not taken, the people within this family, they don't want our leader to come out. And for our leader to come out, we must intensify the civil disobedience. Now, we must intensify the civil disobedience against the government. We must intensify the civil disobedience against non-governmental organizations, especially the people that worship every Sunday. This is not to say that I am a Christian, but what we want to do is to wake up the subconsciousness of the people of Christians, especially in the South, and by extension, we hope it will go to the other part of Nigeria. The thing is that the Christians has been killed, and it is already in the international, the international community are aware of the persecution of Christians in Nigeria. The question is, why are the Christians in Nigeria not doing anything to show they are being persecuted? So, the America listed Nigeria as part of country, as one of those countries that persecuted Christians, and everybody was very calm. People were happy when that came out during President Trump, and immediately Joe Biden came in. We have seen that the Secretary of State have removed Nigeria from the list. And all of a sudden, there was chaos everywhere in Nigeria. The Christian Association of Nigeria, other notable church leaders, everybody was crying and running from pillar to pole. But in the absence of this particular delisting Nigeria, everybody was pretending as if nothing is happening. So we need to wake up the subconsciousness of every Christian in Nigeria. But let me tell you, had it been that the Christians in Nigeria listened to Dr. Obadiama Lafia proposal for Christians to sit at home because they have been at the receiving end, they were killed like chicken in Kaduna, and it has been happening since 2015. Obadiama Lafia, who have witnessed all manner of ethnic cleansing, came out and suggested and proposed for 1 week sit at home for Christians, that what if Christians sit at home, to prove a point that we are bigger in number than these people who have to kill our people and take over our land. But what happened? When you hear it, some people who never meant well for the struggle for Biafra and for even the distribution of Nigeria, they came and start mocking those of us who were, trying to promote that particular ideology. It didn't work out because these people are not interested in anything that could, liberate them from Nigeria. They are more interested in who is giving the order, who is the order coming from. They are not interested in either that this idea the person is giving is going to liberate them from Nigeria. No. Let me tell you today, it is exactly the same thing like if I say I have a key to Biafra freedom, which Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have, or maybe shared with me. If I say today that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu shared a key to Biafra with me, do you know what? These people will rather want to die in Nigeria than to accept that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu actually shared that key with me. It's just for example. So we need to wake up the subconsciousness of Christians in Nigeria, and the only way to wake them up is that every Sunday, everybody sit at home. Then they will begin to think something serious is happening. People are being butchered and murdered every day, and nobody is hearing about them. Everybody is going to church every Sunday as if a reverend father has not been cut off, the head of a reverend father has not been butchered and cut off in Enugu. People are worshiping every day as if in Kaduna, the Christians are not being butchered. People are going to church every day, even when we see the president of Khan in northern Nigeria, Boko Haram showed them on video and shot them dead right in the video. Everybody is going to church every Sunday when our children are being kidnapped, and all these people that are being kidnapped and killed are all Christians. So how can you say you are a Christian? Is this the kind of Christianity that Jesus Christ taught us or the white people bring to us? No. Christianity is love. You share love. You love each other and care for each other. That is what Christianity is all about. So Christianity that when they are killing you in Kaduna, the ones in southern Nigeria are enjoying themselves and dancing every Sunday. What kind of Christianity is that? That is not the type of Christianity I have embraced. I embrace Christianity of love, that care for each other. You must be your brother's keeper. Love your neighbors as yourself. People in Kaduna are our neighbors. People in Benue State are our neighbors. Those reverend fathers are our neighbors, our brothers. Those country presidents that have killed in northern Nigeria are our neighbors. So long as they remain in the territory of Nigeria, they are still our neighbors. If they are not our neighbors in faith, they are our neighbors in geography. So why should we be enjoying ourselves, going to church every Sunday while our people are being murdered and we that are supposed to do something are not doing it? So somebody from somewhere have to start it. And I commend the courage of these women who have come to suggest and propose for Sunday sit at home. We are going to continue to shout it until it comes into complete force. Thank you.
Thank you so much, great man. We are going to continue shouting about it until it comes into fulfillment.
Yes.
Thank you for that wonderful input. Now, I want us to talk about autopilot, because if you see, there are more than 10,000 expositions against this very simple word, autopilot. It started from Chike when he was interviewed by our great and loved Umada Biafra. He talked about autopilot. Then from there, all his recruited Irans have been talking about autopilot everywhere. More than 10,000 expositions have been made, although it is not actually bringing anything down. But I want us to talk about it for more clarification for our people to understand the actual meaning of this autopilot. And I remember when you made this very comment, it wasn't for anything bad against our struggle. So please, can you shed more light about this very word, autopilot?
My brother, thank you very much. In fact, this autopilot was a message sent from Chukwuokike Abiama to me and to the highest commander of ESN.
Okay.
You hear what I say?
Can you repeat it, please?
This autopilot was a message from Chukwuokike Abiama sent directly to me, and then also that same autopilot was sent to the highest commander of ESN.
Wow. So in other words, only everybody layer where to on.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you. Now we have to move immediately without any hesitation. And number 5th question is 6 months after our leader's abduction. So many things have gone wrong and so many things have gone right. I don't know if there's any, but at least we have been able to identify who we are and, who are those against both the release of President Kanunta and the struggle for Biafra. So many things have happened. You, as a person who have been very, who have been an ardent follower of President Kanunta, whom a lot of people have as well joined this very struggle because of your activities in this very struggle, and who has had the opportunity to interview Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on your program, and you are the one that brought him and Dr. Chok Ayaba for the great collaboration between Biafra and Amazonia. So you have played a very good role in this very struggle. Since Mazi Nnamdi Kanu abduction, which is 6 months now, what do you have to say over his abduction? Have you made any inquiry or have you done any investigation concerning his abduction, his abductors, those that set him up, or any other thing? What do you have to say about his abduction?
My brother, the issue of the abduction is still in court, and I don't need to give Fulanese anything to hold on. I said this issue of abducting our leader is either look me or they look you. That's what I want to do to Fulanese. I don't want to make a position that they are going to use against our leader. Okay, so I will not touch on that particular whatever I'll find out and all that. But I'm going to touch on some of the things that you have just asked. Now, the issue of you mentioned the issue of the Amazonia leader, interview featuring in the alliance, the historic alliance. I want to tell Biafrans today that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu asking me to do something did not start from DSS dungeon. it was Mazi Nnamdi Kanu who asked that I should be the one to anchor that particular historic alliance between him and between us and Amazonians. So it was his wish, which I did. Now, so this is one. Two, since the abduction of our leader, a lot has happened. And let me tell Biafrans today, without the way I am doing, without what I'm doing, believe me, you will not be hearing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu again. This I want to tell those attacking me. Of course, most of them don't even know why they're attacking me. They give them money and all that. But let me tell you today, without what I am doing, you will not be hearing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu again. I am very serious. Now let me tell you, I have been able to, I have researched and I have investigated my own way, how I do my investigation. When you talk about who adopted, who do this, I'm not in position to do that now. But let me tell you one thing. The question that every Biafran need to ask themselves and answer it is that, I waited for the man called Kanunta to respond on the issue of Professor Lumumba, and he did.
Hold on.
Yes, because that is coming. That is coming from the. It is coming to the answer I want to give you.
Okay.
So I deliberately started talking about that Lumumba so he can make a statement and make more revelation. Because the God we worship is the God that we don't need to strike anybody, but what they say we are going to use to judge them. It is the same thing in the court of law. So when God arrests you, you will open your mouth and start talking. Now, when this whole thing started, I was just on the side, by the side, watching the whole thing as they unfold. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I have been able to come close to him, and I know some certain things. And my spirit connects with his spirit. When this thing happened, I didn't believe that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was abducted. I didn't believe it. But I have the feeling that something is wrong. Now, when this thing broke, the news broke in Nigeria that our leader has been abducted in Kenya and all that, I was in a restaurant eating. And the first person that sent a message to me, or whether he sent a message or called me, was a woman called Chinwe. She said, "Is this true?" I said, "No, I don't know." So then the whole thing started. The whole news broke everywhere, and people were like, everybody was confused. But in all this confusion, at least for the information that is publicly available, only 2 people knew that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped. In all this confusion. And these 2 persons were Caroline Okorafo and Kanunta Kanu. Now, this information were not only passed to Chika Edoziem. I also make my investigation. Although the name Chika Edoziem mentioned that Caroline gave to him, I didn't get that name. But I have been able to do my own underground work. Now, Kanunta Kanu was looking for my contact. So, before the abduction of our leader, I have caught contact somehow with the secretary, Caroline Okorafo. Not for any other thing, but for the reason is best known to me. Because I want to be focused on what we are doing. So I was not communicating with her. I was not communicating with her. So when this thing happened, she contacted me that Kanunta want my contact. So I asked her, do you know that our leader was in Kenya? She said yes. I said, okay, do you know who he went there to meet? Do you know what is going on? Anyway, so that particular information, she didn't reveal to me. But then she contacted me again that, am I ready to hear that information? I said, I am not interested. That's by the way. Now I asked her to give my contact to Kanunta. She did. So Kanunta contacted me. Before Kanunta contacted me, also from the inside, I know everything, how the current DOS, what they have done, you know, in getting ready to make sure that Kanunta did not buy the leadership of IPOB, because everybody, all of them from A to Z in the DOS, they were after Kanunta to prevent him from taking over, because there is something they believe they know that other people don't know. Okay? So, and of course, me now that I was watching what is going on, I have to also, protect that structure. So I didn't, I was like protecting the DOS as per se, because of what is going on. So nobody know actually, where to fall, and so you have to use your brain. So, and then they started attacking him because he started giving order, he started appearing in meeting, he started doing, and then, some of them even told me he is now dressing like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and all that. So, and they are not very comfortable with that, and they're not happy with him. Anyway, that is not my business. So, now, the question I want to ask Biafran is that the only two persons, at least the information that is publicly available to us, okay? Not the one that is secret, but the one that is publicly available, I'm going to address here. The information available to us is that Kanunta is aware, or was aware, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had problem for 8 good days. Your brother was abducted, and And then he told the secretary that she should not tell anybody. Now, the secretary, of course, did tell after the news broke. So the secretary also did not tell anybody according to the directive of Kanunta until Nigeria government announces that they have captured Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So she followed the directive of Kanunta. Now, I want you people to understand where things went wrong. Now, DOS invited Kanunta, and he also lied. The information is there in the public. Chinas and Woru have made comment on that. He lied, which prompted them to go to Radio Biafra and address him. And and when they were addressing him, you will notice that they put emphasis on he cannot hijack the IPOB in the absence of brother. Now, the question I want to ask Biafra, why I am doing what I'm doing now is for Biafra to understand why I am taking some certain actions and doing some certain things. Now, this same person who did not want that everybody, if not even the high rank, if not even the highest office, like they want to, like he want to protect them today. Because when you listen to him, he say, I stand with DOS, I stand with this, is the chicken, is that chicken. But the same person, the leader of IPOB, was abducted, kidnapped in Kenya, and he kept the people he want to work with now, or he want to start with now, in the dark. Do you understand me? Because he think, or probably thinking, that he's going to be killed, that his brother will be killed in Kenya, so that nobody will know about it. Now, because now I'm going to be making a very strong statement, starting, going forward, for people to understand where the problem, why I'm doing what I'm doing. So, this Kanunta that you saw calling me idiot on some program is now telling people that he is going to stand with the DOS, that the DOS invited him to tell them about what he knew. He said everything is fine. He told DOS that everything is fine. That Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is fine, that he's just having rest or whatever. And then all of a sudden, the news, because he thought he was going to be killed. Now, if you ask them, why did you not make it public that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been kidnapped? We are not saying that I'm not accusing anybody for collaborating, for the abduction, okay? But I am now accusing certain people for the taking advantage of the ordeal of our leader to perpetrate evil. Now, if you know that our leader has been abducted, why did you now make it secret? Why did you not want to tell the information or leak the information to the DOS, the people you trust now, the people you say they are the highest rank after Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the people you say you have now come to stand with? Why did you not tell them that, come, the person that is after him is you, have now problem in Kenya? What do we do? But of course, they are not going to think about that. I'm going to make a position on this particular topic later on. So, how can we now trust that somebody who has made this kind of very absurd judgment, very absurd decision, not to tell anybody or reveal that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had problem in Kenya, is now responsible for the legal team, which also vindicated me. I have been shouting that DOS have nothing to offer. When they tell you something is going on the ground, it's rubbish. Am I not vindicated? So if he is the one that is in charge of the legal team, like he said, what is then the DOS doing? Nothing. Because I know. That is why I am telling you people, what you don't know is bigger than you. What you don't know is bigger. When I am shouting, something is making me to shout. Now, how do you trust somebody? Forget about that he's the brother or not. It is not in the Bible, even brother sold brother. So we know that. But how can a brother who made this kind of very, very stupid and worrisome decision, where somebody who is a very high-profile individual like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was captured? You have that first-hand information. You did not reveal the information to the highest authority after Mazi Nnamdi Kanu until Nigeria government disgraced and insulted us. The highest insult to Biafra is that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was captured for 8 days. And some people knew, they didn't say it because they thought he was going to be killed. Only for that thing to come now and tell you that he is standing with DOS. Why did he not stand with DOS when the information was passed him that our leader was kidnapped? In fact, let me tell you, passing the information is just a understatement. He knew that he was abducted in Kenya. It was not because of the information the Caroline gave to him. He knew from his actions, body language. He knew the same way Caroline knew that he was abducted. He knew. So when Paranoid passed that message to him, the way he behaved and the way he tried to rob the whole thing, a whole message of the camp. And that person is coming today, going from one platform to another, telling you how he wants to work with DOS. Now, let me tell you, he has succeeded because the DOS could not stand, they can't stand the heat. When you are built with lies and criminality, you can't stand because you are always afraid of where the next thing is coming from. So they can't talk. Chike Dosium can no longer talk. This one, he come on the January to talk, will be talking rubbish. Kanunta is in control of them. And that is why we will continue to do what we are doing to make sure we put them in a very big disarray that they will do what they don't want to do for the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, whether they like it or not. Because if they succeed in taking our platform like they wanted to do, by now we'll be struggling to build the platform and ask people to listen to us. But they didn't succeed in doing that. So when I do what I'm doing, people think I am betraying. Betraying to get what? I don't know what I'm going to get to betray Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If what I'm doing is wrong, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu come out, I'm going to explain why I'm doing what I'm doing. Because he trusts me to some extent. He trusts me to some extent. That was why upon all the broadcasters, he wants me to be the one that hosts the historic alliance between Amazonia. Upon all the broadcasters, he was the one that told me to broadcast on Radio Biafra. And let me review one thing to you today. While I was busy telling people that I was giving slot to broadcast on Radio Biafra, some people in the legal team that went to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was congratulating me for my new role of Radio Biafra director. I have not said this anywhere.
Wow.
Some people in the legal team that went to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu gave that directive for me to broadcast Radio Biafra was congratulating me for director of Radio Biafra.
Wow.
While I came and said I was given a slot. So I want everybody to go and say, because you see, let me tell you, when they come out on Radio Biafra and say that I demanded for Radio Biafra to hand it over to me, nothing of such come from me. And I have the record. But you know what? They have the information I don't have.
So in other words, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu knew that Radio Biafra was going to be infiltrated and hijacked.
He knew.
What? Unbelievable.
Listen, let me tell you. I know, you see, I know Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I don't know him too well, but believe me, I am not an ordinary person. I know him somehow. He will look at you. Some of his decisions may not be 100% good, may not be 100% right, but believe me, he will look at you and he would sense what you stand for. Sometimes he may be wrong, but most times he has been right. So let me tell you one thing again. You know, when Kanunta said that I was the one who told him that Lumumba is a politician and is going to stand with Kenya.
That is a different question.
All right, go ahead. All right. So I believe I've addressed. If you need more clarification or something, just ask me.
Okay. That's a different. Today, I don't want you to be in a hurry, please.
No problem.
I know you're a busy man, but I don't want you to be in a hurry.
And what I said now about some legal team, some people in the legal team congratulating me about me being the director of Radio Biafra, the evidences are there. And I was even telling them that so these are the people who went and get message from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu directly.
Wow. Okay. Now we are getting to the place where Biafran people will now open their ears to listen attentively, because everything we are doing this night, or we have done already, is going to, centralize this very question that I want to ask you this very minute. Way forward, you have been championing a certain, I don't know if I will call it a certain cause or a word or a statement called economic sanction. So, can you enlighten or can you elaborate over this very economic sanction? Can you say something about it and inform people more about this very economic sanction and how are we going to go about it?
Economic sanction is one of the strategy and idea I believe we are going to use to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But because this Kanunta Kanu you see today have a different agenda. They have a different agenda, and The same way they call fine boy is the same way he can go to Nigeria, nothing will happen to him. You understand?
Yes.
The same way they called they called the lead counsel to put Ojus Okalo. So if you were asking who called Barrister Ejiofor or who gave order for Barrister Ejiofor to put Ojus Okalo in the list of those visiting our leader against the wish of our leader is Kanunta. So now you know, because if we had begin to accuse him, you people will say, where is your proof? So now he have said it, he controls the legal team, is in charge. And you know how this being in charge of legal team, the chaos it has caused, because he is also indirectly not wanting his brother to come out. Exactly the same decision he made in Kenya, that nobody should even shutting the mouth of Caroline Okorafor, is the same decision he's making today that is bringing chaos everywhere. Let me tell you, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made a decision to open a new account, ESN account, this Kanunta Kanu, when I posted that account, this Kanunta Kanu contacted me and told me that account is fake. And he called the people flaunting that account criminals. Do you want me to play the voice?
Do you have it on your system?
I can play the voice now.
Okay, please do. Very important.
Post through this thing here, this account. Please disassociate yourself from this account. It doesn't exist. There won't do shit. Yes, and doesn't have any account. The Dr. Okoli, there with the criminals, the rogue elements in America. And I'm going to say something about it today when I go on air. Some can draw your attention. I saw it somewhere and this thing. Please, they move further and disassociate yourself from them. They're all criminals looking for people to incriminate. Thank you.
Did you hear that? That ESN
was he aware that it's Mazi Nnamdi Kanu himself, the leader of IPOB, that instructed the opening of that account?
How can you be saying if he's here aware? The person that is controlling the legal team.
Hey.
Huh? No, you see, when I will begin to, one thing is that I am, what I am doing now is what will help Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in this struggle. Because a lot of people don't understand. I'm not a stupid person, okay? And when I joined the struggle, I know, you can look at people trying to rubbish me and all that. It doesn't move me because I have decided to come down to the level of these people, and I'm going to beat them with experience. That is the point. So the point here is that this man called Kanunta Kanu, after posting Umweri account, he called me that I should associate myself with anybody, that these people are criminals. Now I should tell you why Madam Oyibo and Nelly Ofebu act. This is none of them have knowledge of it. Not Nelly Ofebu, not even Madam Oyibo.
Wow.
This is the first time they are hearing this voice. So the thing is that all these things made me to make a decision I have made and made me to start doing what I'm doing. Because if I don't do what I'm doing, a lot is going to go wrong. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will never come out.
What?
Yes.
Okay.
So we need to, we listen to me. What I'm saying now is the life of our leader is very, very precious to us, very important. I am not I'm not his blood brother. But let me tell you the number. Igbo people used to say that one the number. It does not matter that whether we are blood brothers or not. I made him a promise. I will never betray him. So everything I'm doing now, is going to be put fire in every platform, in every group, in every cabal they have built. It will be putting fire until we will compel them, those who say they have the the mandate of whatever to do it. We are going to mandate them. We are going to compel them to be doing the right thing, even at the wrong time. So he asked me to disassociate myself. So he was already controlling IPOB. This happened in July. The DOS have no knowledge about this. But then they were also trying to prevent him from taking over. But I'm telling you now, he has completely taken over because the DOS were all criminals and they support criminality. Why I call them criminals is because when you support criminality, you become a criminal. Yeah. And because they can't defend themselves, they give that position to Kanunta, who cannot make a good decision while his brother was being abducted in Kenya. Because had Kanunta made noise or contacted some people in IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will never enter Nigeria like that. Look at what happened to Sunday Igboho. Just in the Republic here, they are still dragging it, not to talk of Kenya. And what they will tell you is that you have made Reza lie, they are going to kill him. Kill who? If they wanted to kill him, they would have killed him because nobody even knew about it. Why is the person who cannot make a good decision while his brother had a chance not to be deported to Nigeria, not to be extradited, because there is no, Kenya government would have renditioned him to Nigeria. It is impossible. One is that he has not committed any crime. So if they abducted him, mistaking him somebody, and then that alarm was raised, you can imagine what Biafra would have done. The entire Igbo people of Biafra, even other countries in Kenya would have risen up for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And he would have been released. And he will go back, back to the United Kingdom with his British passport. But that did not happen. So why somebody who is a grown-up man wanting his brother dead will not turn around and be the one making decision for his release? Now, his decision for his release, cancelling of the civil disobedience, which is one of the instruments we have, all these things you see happening now. That's why I said the first directive that come from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu were all spiritual. Every other one were manipulative. Now you understand why I'm saying that if you follow my program.
Yes.
That is why I say what you don't know is bigger than you. Some of them don't even know what I know. That is why I'm saying that every decision that comes from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, first time, we're all spiritual. And what followed after that is being manipulated by Kanunta. And I'm making it for the very first time today.
Wow.
That is why a lot of people are so worried. A lot of people are confused. How can Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say we should stop this? How can Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say we should do this? How can is it not Mazi Nnamdi Kanu we know? My brother, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is Kanunta. And I waited for him. I waited for him to come. I'm still going to make analysis. So I'm just on your program. So I waited for him to expose himself, and he has done that. So going forward, we are going to be making this thing to make them uncomfortable, and when they are uncomfortable, they are going to be compelled to do the right thing for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Now that's where we are now.
Thank you.
I don't know whether I have been able to address. You know, when you ask question, you know the question. The way I want to address this question is not to answer your question. I have to tell stories to use that stories to address it. So I don't know whether I have actually addressed your question.
Yeah, you have, but I want Biafran people to know how.
Sorry. Hold it there, because you asked about the economic sanction. So then I told you story to All right. So how we are going to implement the economic sanction, like I said, I don't know it all. Okay, it is open for people to bring the idea how we can enforce the economic sanction. Now, the most important thing is the idea, of something.
Yeah.
The secondary thing is how to implement that idea. Now we have the idea of the economic sanction. Now we also have idea how to implement it. And another thing is that what are our target? What are we going to get from this economic sanction? Our target is one thing. We want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be freed. Now, you have to ask a question. It is mathematics. What are you going to do for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be released on political solution? because they have adopted political solution. We agree, okay? Because so when everybody is doing, we are now. What are we going to do for that political solution to, bring fruit? We have to embark on civil disobedience, and one of them is the level 2, which is the economic sanction. Now, for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be released from DSS dungeon, go and mark it. The cost of keeping him must be higher than the cost of releasing him. Now, if the political solution, they decide to release him tomorrow, it means that they have calculated that killing him will bring disadvantage to some kind of political interest. You understand? Everybody is interest driven. Everybody. Nigeria government, Fulani, the Southeast people, the leaders of the Southern, they are all interest driven. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has become a bargain. And that is very sad. And I said, you don't bargain with the devil and win. You can never bargain with the devil and win. You can't. Jesus Christ did not win. Is it the DOS or Kanunta that will win? The politicians are devils. You can't bargain with them and win. Now, since they have made this political move, what is happening? Are they not still abducting our women? Ada Nsuka is one of them. Are they not abducting people from airport? Have they stopped the killing in Ebonyi State? Did it stop them from inaugurating a Bubago? When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was here, Umahi could not get 100 men for Bubago. Today, you see them. So that is the political solution. They have deceived this brainless Kanunta Kanu because he's too stupid and brainless. He cannot even make a decision that will save his brother in Kenya. Is it the decision that will bring his brother out from Fulani that is going to make? He has nothing to offer. And nobody is dragging position. What we are saying is that when somebody bring idea, implement it, irrespective of who is coming from. We are not dragging who is going to lead IPOB because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is there and is going to be the leader. But what we are saying is that when somebody bring idea, implement it so that we know that you are genuine. But they cannot do that because they want to protect. They are looking for a way to kill Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and continue where he stopped. That's all their interest. And I'm making it very clear today. Because there is nothing wrong with us continuing the civil disobedience. It is not throwing bomb or bringing AK-47 to shoot people. It is civil disobedience. So if you cannot do that for your brother as you claim, then what are you doing? You say you want to have political solution. You don't even know how the government operates. So what we are going to do is to make sure that we sanction the revenues. The revenue collectors. We must begin to make them understand that you can no longer collect revenue in our land. We are not against the revenue, those paying the revenue, but we are against those collecting it. So it's a game. I don't need to come here and start saying, do it like this, do it like that. It is a game that everybody should go back now and do mathematics. How do we stop the revenue collectors? To make sure the governors feel the pain of keeping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, of Nigeria. And after that, we will go to this level 3. Level 3 is that no oil exploration anymore in Biafra land. If Mazi Nnamdi, you see, it's a stage by stage. By the time we get to level 3, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be released because he has committed no crime. No court, no judge in Nigeria will sentence him to prison for self-determination. That is why you see the the people that stayed 15 years in prison for Wazirike and co. They were released. They could not. There is no evidence. You cannot sentence anybody doing anything for self-determination.
Yes.
And Nigeria government understand this. But did Kanunta know? What is even the level of his education? Did he know anything about this? Is he aware that you cannot sentence Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? But look at his decision today has brought a lot of chaos. He has destroyed almost everything Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has done. It is because of Kanunta that directed the sack of Madam Oyibo. It is because of Kanunta that Nelly Ofebu was sacked. From this information, from the voice I've just played now, you will understand where this voice is coming from. You will understand where he is going. Because he said those people are criminals for the account his own brother approved. He said I should disassociate myself. I asked him, you said this thing is fake? He said yes. So today, he has come to front a new account. It is all about him. So where is the DOS? Where is the Chilas Award that was shouting on Radio Biafra about Kanunta? The question is that, has that question been answered? What was the motive of Kanunta not telling the DOS that his brother has problem in Kenya? And he turned around today to say he's going to work with DOS. The DOS had insulted, and he know that he even called them criminals. He called DOS criminals now. Did you not watch it?
Yeah. Including the so-called prophet in Germany.
Yes, he called the DOS criminals. Because do you know why DOS cannot do anything? Is because they are all also compromised. Compromising is not that they have collected money, but they have benefited something. And they have done impunity, evil. So if they talk, somebody will blow their ass open. So I'm waiting for your next question. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay. This thing is getting hotter, even though we are just starting. The economic sum, we are going to make the adoption and keeping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in DSS custody very, very easy to Nigeria for them to free him through economic sanction.
Yes.
You have identified one thing that we need to do to, to implement the economic sanction, which is stopping tax collection in Biafran, which is number one. Is there any other alternative, any other thing that comprises that very economic sanction?
Nothing. Let me tell you, nothing will compromise it if we Biafra, because now Mazi Nnamdi Kanu still enjoy like 99% of support from Biafrans. So, and with the kind of chaos and division Kanunta Kanu has brought to because what is happening is underground. That underground work you see going on is what is bringing the chaos you see in the open. So if we are able to come together, especially those that are standing on the truth, we'll be able to come together. We are going to move mountain. Let me tell you one thing. The only reason why evil will strive is when the good people keep quiet. The reason why we are able to defeat these criminals in Finland is because the good people are higher than the bad people. So when they come to take the people in the US, I have challenged them for those who say they are not bad, to come out. So if they refuse to come out to say they are not supporting criminal, it means that they are all criminals. And any place where those who are bad are higher in number, you can never make progress. So we have to prove to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that those Biafra fighting to leave Nigeria are actually people that want to be in a corrupt-free country. So if you support what DOS have done and Kanunta have done so far, it means you are not from the politicians you are fighting in Nigeria. There is no difference. We are not saying that you must be, we are like angel. No. But you cannot knowingly do evil.
Okay. Thank you so much. So I want Biafrans to get the actual thing that has to do with economic sanctions so that we will know exactly what we want to implement. First of all, we've gotten the stoppage of tax collection in entire Biafra land, which we, the people, are going to enforce by ourselves.
Yes.
So is there any other thing that we are going to do, like, stopping the consumption of Fulani cow meat, stopping the work in government offices and all that? Is there any other thing we can add, we can do that is in the bracket of the economic sanction?
Let me tell you, already every Monday sit at home is also a way to sanction the civil servant, because we cannot get the civil servant. We can't. There is no revenue collector. Their revenue goes directly from the account. Okay, so those people, we have already have a sanction for them is every Monday. So every Monday the government is. What we have to do now is to see for that Monday sit at home to become more effective in every state, more effective. Yeah. So now the issue of Fulani, I thought sometime they were saying no eating of Fulani cow in Christmas. I think I heard something like that already. Biafra, no here, no eating of Fulani cow. Nobody is going to kill cow and all that. But I don't know how far they have gone, because they have all disappeared from the city. You don't see them again. So we don't know whether they actually implemented or people still eat cow, which I believe people still eat cow in Biafra land. Now let me tell you another way. It is also part of their economic sanction. Do you know how much is being generated in those markets where they kill those cows? They generate a lot of money. And this money is being generated by local government. So the local government is in charge, and they give the contract to somebody. So go to every market where they kill cow. They generate a lot of money every month there. And it goes directly to the contractor will take his part, and then they run to local government chairman. And local government chairman will take his part and remit the other one to the state. That is how it works.
So, yeah. What about these money that our diaspora always send to Biafra land through Nigerian bank?
Yes, that is something that we need to look for a way to boycott. There is a way to boycott it. I've said this several times. We can boycott this particular remittance through through dollar to naira or naira to dollar, system of transfer. So when people are looking for business to do, this is one of it. Somebody in America, we can have it in America, we can have it in another part of Europe, we can have it in Asia, and all that. Now, how does this work? For those who stay abroad, knows what is dollar to naira or naira to euro or euro to naira. How it works is that you give money to people who are doing business here, and they get that money in Nigeria. So you have boycotted the Nigeria bank. As simple as that. Very easy. And once anybody that is abroad that is listening to me know what I'm saying. So once we're able to have a more formidable platform to do this, that the person is doing it as a business, we have boycotted them. But now we don't have people doing that. What we have now is people who want to do business. They want to buy something. They look for people to pay money to, and then they transfer the money and all that. So so we don't have somebody. We don't have Biafrans who want to. This is a business idea I'm giving to people now. So we don't have people who want to do it as a business.
Okay. Thank you for that very clarification. Biafrans all over the world, I hope right now you have clearly understood the real meaning and the benefits of this very economic sanction. Thank you for that, Mazi Simon Ekpa. And right now, I want to ask you about something. A few weeks before you began the propagation of this very economic sanction, I personally have been championing about a word called boycott all boycottables. That very word, boycott all boycottables, is a strategy that has been used by so many freedom fighters, those that fought for their people and got independence. People like Mbondo GK, starting from Igbo land during the time of Zik. Also, someone like Nelson Mandela, to his blessed memory, also used it, and Mahatma Gandhi of India also used it, and so many other people. So And the reason why I have been supporting this economic sanction is when you did the exposition about economic sanction, it actually rhymed with what I had already started, which is boycott all boycottables. So now, because I've done expositions about this, and I actually explained the meaning of boycott all boycottables and what we are going to boycott. So now when you came with economic sanction, I weighed the two words. I found out that the difference there is just the words, economic sanction and boycott all boycottable, because when you boycott all those boycottable things, then you get economic sanction. So now, because we are a team, we are working all together in one direction to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in order to make the keeping him very expensive for them to release him and the freedom for Biafra. So what do you think? Because we need to go with one word, should we drop these boycott all boycottables and use that word economic sanction, or do we drop economic sanction and go with boycott all boycottables so that we go with one word? Whichever one you advise now, we are going to go with it, because Biafrans are listening.
My brother, thank you for that question. That's a very brilliant question. You know, what we are looking for is to have direction. Okay, we need to have direction of what we are doing. We need to have target of what we are doing. So if we want to do something, we target it and we go for it and we get it. So when we say the economic sanction, now we define the economic sanction we are talking about, you know, and we have said we are going to stop the revenue, generating the revenue. Now we are going to look at how much are we talking about that if we sanction the state governors and the government, how much are we going to stop them from getting? It's a very huge amount of money. Anambra State is generating 20-something billion every year. So once we place this economic sanction for 1 month, that even if they succeed somehow in generating the revenue, it is going to drop in a very huge amount of percent. It's going to drop to up to like 80%, and they will be getting like 20%. That's a huge loss to the state. So once we implement that, the state will begin to run up and down. Now, if we say we boycott or boycottable, we may not have the direction that is needed, you know, because boycotting means that we can boycott. We need to go with boycotting the Fulanika, we're boycotting the market, we're boycotting using public transportation. So we need to have a direction. So when we say boycott, we have to also know what we're boycotting. And you say boycott or boycottable. Of course, it does not. It is a good advice, but it does not have that needed direction. So that direction is that if we are boycotting something, we know what we are boycotting, and then when that one did not work, we add another thing. When that one did not work, we add another thing. So we have focus and we have direction. It is something is the economic sanction. It is all the same, but how do you put it into practice is what differs. Now, when we say that we are placing economic sanction, why economic sanction is more acceptable is what is being used globally. When you see a government that is involved in human rights abuse and all manner of crimes and all that, the world place them on economic sanction. And that's what we want to do to the government that have refused and failed to protect our lives and the life for our children and our women. We put them on economic sanction. This thing is that when this money is being generated from these places, they are not using it to develop the place. Even I have used Arara markets, for example. Billions is being generated from that market, but you don't see it being used to develop the market, to make the market, to be motorable during the rainy season. When rain fall, everywhere become flooded. So, in order to, to sanction the government, we need to have a direction, and this economic sanction is one of them, and we can have this direction. Now, when this economic sanction of stopping revenue, because now it is not just economic sanction, it is economic sanction by stopping revenue. Once that level 2 did not work, but I believe you me, the foundation has been laid, which is the political solution. Now, our elders have visited Abuja, which is also part of the political solution. When you listen to Malami's statement during Shehu's interview, he said, when Shehu asked him, "What are you not considering releasing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to those tension in that region?" There is no tension in the region except in Imo State, where governor is killing everybody. Okay, so Malami said that he has not assessed the situation in the region. Do you understand? So now, if Malami now come today to assess the situation is zero. It means that DOS and Kanunta Kanu have succeeded in making Mazi Nnamdi Kanu irrelevant in the Southeast from their actions. Do you understand? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu need to be raised by economic sanctions, by civil disobedience. We need to see his name, we need to see his presence and his everything blowing in the Southeast. That is not happening. So when Malami come today to assess it, it is zero, completely zero. So he is going to say, that guy is, let him stay there. That is what Malami made us to understand. He said even the economic, political solution is not in his table. Can you imagine that kind of insult? After everything that the leaders have done, even going to Aso Rock, to the extent that the president even acknowledged them. But the Attorney General came to say it is not in his table. That is to show you that they have something they are doing that they are not telling you. And it is working for them. Through these people that are having communication with all those Okalo, and Kanunta is one of them.
Wow. Biafrans, today is 29th of December 2021. And the time right now is approximately 5 minutes past 9 p.m. in Biafra land. I want to state that we have adopted World Economic Sanction, and this is the main target why we are here today. Boycott all boycottables is going to be the final straw to this very struggle, because that is where we all are going to see the damnable zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom crumble to pieces. Because boycott all boycottable means boycotting the Nigerian constitution. We are boycott every government institution in Biafra land. And we are also going to boycott every government, state houses, and local government houses, and everything that has to do with government in Biafra land, including the government schools, public transport, and all that. That is going to be the last straw to restore Biafra. So for now, we are going to adopt the economic sanction to stop every tax collection in Biafra land in order to make the adoption and the keeping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the DSS dungeon very, very expensive for them to free him.
Yes.
And that is very clear. Thank you, Simon Ekpa, for this very explanation.
Thank you very much.
Now, one Uchenna Okorafor has been using to embezzle IPOB funds in the name of being Biafra social media app.
Is it Uchenna Okorafor or Caroline? Which one?
Caroline Uchenna Okorafor.
Okay.
Who paraded herself as the what is that position she occupies? Who paraded herself as the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's
secretary.
What? Yeah?
Secretary.
Secretary, thank you. Last time you were on Mazi Nsima's program, you talked about the app, the Biafran app that you have been building for Biafran people, that even our leader Nnamdi Kanu acknowledged and talked about it several times, not once, not twice, not even 3 times. So Dr. Nelly called in and said something about one Caroline Okorafor, who, according to, as a access recovery and auditor of IPOB, she said, according to her findings during her auditing time, Caroline Okorafor took money. She took 20,000 from one person and 30,000 from another. From, I think, one of these amounts was taken from Madam Bridget. Now, when asked about those funds that came from IPOB account, Caroline Okorafor said that she's using it to sponsor the application that you are building with your team of IT for Biafrans. And you have said that this very application for Biafra, no single dime from IPOB that has been spent for this very application. In other words, Caroline Okorafor has embezzled $50,000 US on your own name, on your behalf, in building application. So please, you know that the Dr. Nelly called and made that question, but you have already answered the question before that. So you didn't have the opportunity or the time to shed more light on this. And since then, before then, so many expositions have been done falsely against you that $1,000 to build the application, and you embezzled that money. Money was not seen, application was not seen, and some gullible ones among us have already taken that very word the way the mischief makers have, brought the word to the social media. So please, what do you have to say about this?
Thank you very much. These are the people that don't want Biafra to come. I have not received any money from IPOB for social media app. No money has ever been transferred to me. As a matter of fact, I have not worked with Caroline Okorafor on this. We are not working together for this particular social media app. I have never worked together with her on this particular app or social media app. She only have the information about that, and that is all. So no money was transferred to me, and I believe that has been Nelly has been able to clarify that, and also the subsequent evidences coming shows that no money have been transferred to me. I have not received any dime. I asked IPOB to pay me for that particular social media app.
Okay, thank you. I hope that is very, very clear to Iraks who have been gallivanting all over the social media talking nonsense. I hope we are good to bed that very issue. And now, there is one little boy in South Africa that interviewed Kanunta. I think that was either yesterday or the day before yesterday, because someone sent me that very video interview on WhatsApp, and I watched that very video. I was ashamed, if not that we are doing this because our freedom, I don't know where I would have been for now. The boy, the last time I saw that little boy, who does about gangster thing, he has a gangster move. So the last time I saw his face on social media was the time he was quarreling Nnamdi Kanu, embarrassing him and asking him the reason why he would allow the DOS to expel Uchemefo. He was Nnamdi. Do you want me to play the video?
No, I don't need to listen to that.
Okay.
Yeah, let us
last time I
just
saw
ask
that boy. Okay. The last time I saw him, The first time was when he was fighting Mazinam the Kano, asking him why should he allow BOS to, expel Uchemefo. And the second time I saw the boy on social media was when I saw him, the same boy, campaigning for one politician. Among the politician is among those who, according to the news, that is among those that knew about the kidnap of our leader and the extraordinary rendition of our leader. I saw the same boy in South Africa. I don't know if he's an IPOB member or not. I'm not aware, but I saw him campaigning for that politician on one video that was sent to me. So then the third time I have seen the boy again on social media was this very video sent to me yesterday by one Biafran in interviewing Kanunta, and the same Kanunta whom the HOD Chike Doziem said openly on an interview with Obama that Kanunta knew hours after the abduction of our leader, and he himself, Chike Doziem, called Kanunta, and Kanunta said yes, he's a. So, because this very video is in the public domain where Chike Doziem said this. Now, the same Kanunta said on the interview with that little boy in South Africa that you, Master Simon Ekpa, according, we saw the meeting between you, Dr. Masanga, and PLO Lumumba in one Zoom meeting with other dignitaries. Now, you are not the one who raised that issue. PLO Lumumba himself raised the issue that a lot of work has been done at the background.
Yes.
Concerning the abduction and the release of Mazinam the Kano. And now, Dr. Masanga himself, because I have the video, I replayed that video on this platform. Dr. Masanga himself said that you called him and asked him for the contact of PLO Lumumba.
Yes.
And he gave it to you.
Yes.
And now you yourself said on that same program where Dr. PLO Lumumba was still there, that you contacted him for Mazinam the Kano's case, and he showed consent to be among the legal team that will fight for our leader in Kenya. Now, you also said on one of your programs after that meeting that you contacted Kanunta and gave him the contact of PLO Lumumba so that he can be able to get involved to Mazinam the Kano's case. Now, you don't know what happened. You are asking a very important question. Why PLO Lumumba was not included or involved with Mazinam the Kano's case. Now, that question, instead of that question to be answered, what I saw on that video with Kanunta was that you, as a person, you are actually the one who saw the involvement of PLO Lumumba to Mazinam the Kano's case. You are the one that fought for him not to be included. And remember, you said you also have the evidence of the conversation you had with Kanunta. So please, can you clarify this, because this is a very, very important issue moving forward.
Thank you very much, my brother. I like that. First of all, let me say this. When Mazinam the Kano gave order for me to broadcast on Radio Biafra, that directive was given to me, and I have already received the directive. Now, prior to this particular order of me broadcasting on Radio Biafra, a lot has happened, okay? A lot has happened on the ground where people don't know, only those, some of us know. So everybody was very careful about Kanunta with the way DOS, who knows who he is and what he has done in the past and what he's doing. So the issue of him, sabotaging his brother and taking over the IPOB was very, very glaring then. So he was going from one place to another, contacting people he felt that, that have some offer, like he said. So to team up, to form this kind of bar that, he can now have the muscle to deal with the DOS like he's dealing with them today. So to me, after, Caroline gave the number, he contacted me and asked me, what do I think? How do I see if I can broadcast on Radio Biafra? What do I think? I said to him, you don't need to ask me what I think. I have already gotten the message directly from Onyendu to broadcast on Radio Biafra. You understand what that means?
Very, very well.
Now, what it means is that he came to me instead of giving the message, which he don't know that I have already received. That Onyendu asked me to broadcast on Radio Biafra. He came, tried to show me that he can use his influence to make me broadcast on Radio Biafra. So he asked me, what do you think if I can broadcast on Radio Biafra? So I boycotted immediately. I shunned him. I said, you don't need to ask me what do I feel, because I already received the message. So by then I have already some little background about him. Okay. So I responded that way. He said, okay. So I'm going to make sure I talk to the media team. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. So it was like that. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I will talk to this person, So he was, he was doing fine. And I was also minding my own business. So the same way, when Onyendu gave that directive, it did not come to him. It did not come from him alone. The legal team also contacted me about Professor Lumumba. That he don't know. Or maybe he know. He think I don't know what is going on in his head. When he came to me about Professor Lumumba, he also asked the question, what do you think about Professor Lumumba? That, like he said on that video. And then so we started discussing. It is like rubbing mind. So we're contemplating and thinking what the possibility of Professor Lumumba coming in. But remember, it is already a directive from Onyendu. So instead of him to ask me, because Onyendu directive, you don't know why he made it. So you don't need to question it. It is the term they call command and control. He is still in his right senses. So instead of him to ask me to get Professor Lumumba that Onyendu want him, no. He want to present himself that he is the one arranging everything. So he said, what about Professor? It's something he did to Radio Biafra, broadcasting on Radio Biafra. Now, what he did not know is that even the legal team has contacted me about Professor Lumumba. Now, we were discussing, so whatever we discussed in that particular video, I don't even remember. So if I have said that maybe Professor Lumumba is a politician in Kenya, is a well-known person in Kenya, we were discussing as brothers. But that does not mean that I didn't ask him, let us get Professor Lumumba as Onyendu. I don't even have any say. When Onyendu said, get him. You don't have to start arguing about it. Okay? Now, after that, for you to know that this man, this Kanunta is not just an evil man, but very, very devilish. Now, after that conversation with him, I was still pushing for the Lumumba. I contacted Lumumba. I also forwarded the number of Lumumba on request to Barrister Aloy Ejimako. On request. So he requested for it. And Barrister Aloy Ejimako, I don't need to go into details, a lot of things, but just for you to know that he was not the only one who contacted me about Professor Lumumba. But because of his dubious character, the lies and the evil he has displayed, everybody has to be very careful while dealing with Kanunta. So the legal team contacted me about Lumumba. I forwarded, when the request came, I forwarded the request, I forwarded the information to Aloy Ejimako. I told Aloy, I have already done everything. I've contacted the man agreed and all that. So if I was actually saying at the end of the day that I said, do not go to Lumumba, why should I be running around for Lumumba? Why should I contact the Lumumba? The message, conversation between me and Lumumba is still there. So if I say, don't go to Lumumba, Lumumba is a politician, it was the content of discussion we had. We were just contemplating, you know. And let me tell you again, Onyendu did not also, it is not about Lumumba taking over. When he come to tell you, Lumumba, that is immigration lawyer, that is this and that is that, is just a deliberate act to deceive people. We know that one person cannot handle the case. So, but let me tell Biafrans today, specifically, Onyendu want Lumumba to be involved. He did not want Lumumba, he did not say Lumumba should take over the case. He did not say Lumumba should come and handle the case. He said to be part of the legal team. It's a clear English. Do you understand?
Yes.
To be part of, and so there is no way, whether it was Kanunta that is deciding it to, is also falls in line with what I said, manipulated decision. Do you understand what I'm saying now? So if if actually that the decision did not, the directive or wish did not come from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it also falls in line with what I'm saying. That every other directive that come after that initial one were all manipulated by Kanunta Kanu. Now, you cannot also go and start accusing Aloy Ejimako. Haven't seen how Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor cried to the public that the sibling of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu called him to put Ojus Okalo into the list. And he raised a concern. And after that, I came to address that video. I said, people should not accuse the legal team. They are being compelled to do things. Now, that same way that Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor cried out, we all see what happened, how Ojus Okalo, what Ojus Okalo did to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He want him dead. Ojus Okalo asked Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, why did you flee the scene when the military was killing people in your house? That was what Ojus Okalo came to ask Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That was the kind of man, Kanunta Kanu, who is parading himself today, is wanting to, want to meet his brother. Now, after meeting his brother, what happened? It was me, Simon Ekpa, the first person who come boldly, publicly, to condemn the Ojus Okalo for meeting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So, and I asked Biafra, I have said it before. What if after I have shouted at Ojus Okalo and condemn it, and then Ejiofor come to say, we thank you, Ojus Okalo, for your visit. You are a wonderful man. Don't you know that it is gone? My own is gone. But God knows why he is like that. So it falls in line with my intuition that I had about the Ojus Okalo visit. After that, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu raged. Barrister Ejiofor raged. Who was responsible for Ojus Okalo visit? The same Kanunta Kanu. How can you think that that guy will want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to come out? Are you not seeing it by his actions? It does not matter whether he contracted this one there. It does not matter whether it is IPOB money, for Christ's sake. He contracted a lawyer from London. He contracted a lawyer from Kenya. It is IPOB money. And everybody wants to work for them. But what we are asking for is the people that can deliver. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, when he come to say it was his idea, you cannot tell me to believe that, because he has done something similar when I was told to broadcast on Radio Biafra. He came to ask me, what do I think? The same thing he came to ask me about Lumumba, what do I think? After the legal team also contacted me, I requested for the contact. And Aloy Ejimako told me, pump and play, that Onyendu want him to be talking. Want that Professor Lumumba to be talking. So it is part of the job. Today, is anybody talking about the extraordinary rendition of our leader from Kenya to Nigeria? And I'm asking you, nobody is talking. But just think about it. If Lumumba is part of the game, you will be seeing him talking. And he tell you that he check profile of this one, he cannot go to Mugabe, or he cannot go to India, or he cannot go to whatever hell he was talking about. The person is high profile lawyer. He can't even go to Mugabe. He can't even go to this country. He can't even go to that country. And so what? And so fucking what? Sorry for my word.
Yeah.
But you know that the person cannot go there and go there. What is happening now? He tell you that first statement come from Kenya. And so what? Is it going to come from Saudi Arabia before? What has the statement done? That the first statement come from Kenya. Is it supposed to come from Saudi Arabia? After the first statement, what happened? The case is in court. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu need publicity, need awareness about his plight in Kenya. Nobody is doing that. I know that as I'm shouting this thing now, they will be doing something on the ground to see how they can fix things. That is why I'm doing what I'm doing. So when they see me do what I'm doing, some people say, oh, this guy have deviated. I have not deviated. I am with my senses. If I don't do it like this, they are going to be on a very cold seat. Now they're on a very hot seat. And that hot seat can never allow them to sit at one place. So it is a deliberate sabotage to make Mazi Nnamdi Kanu stay so that this guy will be parading himself going from one meeting to another. You hear how somebody exposed how they entered the meeting they had in London?
Yes.
To stop them, call them criminals. The video is there.
Yes.
So it is not only that. When he came to the first interview, when he came to Punchline Africa, I sent the details of that thing to him. He came there and apologized to Dr. Mutanga for attack. The Biafrans were attacking him. He came there and said the man is innocent, apologized to the man and all that. Everybody watched it.
Yes.
So how can he come to say he was suggesting it? And then after that, I was asking the legal team, this man, Lumumba, have not contacted Lumumba. Is everything going fine? Lumumba told me there is no feedback. And then I contacted Ejiofor. I asked Barrister Ejiofor, these people have not contacted him. He said, okay, he's going to get back to me. And he don't know what is going on. Just like that. So why should somebody say, I was the one who it is just lies. Complete lies. And when they are telling this lie into the detriment of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it breaks my heart. So if I am not doing what I'm doing today, making sure they have come to see who they have never seen before. And I told you, people, that God will use me to be their last bus stop in IPOB. It is happening. When did you see the DOS broadcast last? No, when did you hear? No, I told you people that DOS is not doing anything. Haven't Kanunta Kanu vindicated me?
Sure.
He said he's the one in charge. But when you see this errant or this illiterate, they tell you the DOS is in charge of the legal team, the DOS is doing this, DOS is doing that. But Kanunta Kanu have come to tell you he's on record that he's in charge of the legal team, not DOS. He said, I am in charge, not DOS. So who are those? Where are they? Those people who attacked me when I was telling you that DOS have nothing to offer. But if the DOS are people that are upright in their doing, by now we would know where we are. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will not be in DSS dungeon. I swear to God. And I will continue to do what I'm doing, because it is only this thing that will make them to be running from one platform to another, and it will compel them to be doing things they don't want to do for Mazi Nnamdi.
Exactly. So thank you so much for that great exposition. I believe, Biafrans, you are taking record of all these things, so that whenever you catch them on Facebook, whenever, because their meeting point is Facebook, because the data to go Facebook is very, very cheap, and it's easier for them to gather there. So whenever you see them, please ask them all these questions you are jotting down from this very great exposition. Now, in the same interview, the same person, Kanunta Kanu, said that he himself is now the person in charge of the legal team of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the indigenous people of Biafra. First question I want to ask you is this. Since Kanunta Kanu, the betrayal, the man that we all have seen clearly is the one who betrayed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, his own brother, that is Ken and Eben. Now, the same man is in charge of his own legal team.
That is why you see, let me tell you. That is why I said the first decision that came from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was all spiritual. Because now, that time, Kanunta Kanu was not in charge. You understand the point now?
Sure.
In the beginning, he was not in charge. Even the chaos of this cancellation of sit at home started from him.
Yes.
That time he was not in charge. The DOS was able to curtail him then.
Yes.
But now everything is gone because the DOS could not do because they are all accomplices in criminality and they could not stand the test of time. This is what I mean by not the test of only the truth will stand the test of time. It does not matter how long.
They ate the forbidden fruit.
The forbidden fruit eating. That is why Kanunta deceived them into going to political solution. We don't say that political solution is wrong. We embrace it. But where is it today? Where is the sign?
So now that Kanunta Kanu has hijacked the DOS and in charge of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's legal team, what is the fate of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the hands of Fulani terrorist government?
My brother, the fate it lies in Biafra people. The fate can never lie in the activities of Kanunta Kanu. Kanunta Kanu is only sabotaging the possibility of our leader being released. I am telling you the fact. His activities is only sabotaging and making it difficult for our leader to come out. Let me tell you, you see, sometimes this whole shenanigan has, compelled us to make some things open. Okay? These people you see can never allow soap to enter their eye twice.
Okay.
You understand what I
mean? Thank you. Yes.
Fulani can never allow soap to enter their eyes 2 times.
Twice, yes.
So it takes somebody with wisdom and again, mental toughness. Everything lies on mental toughness. Somebody who is who wants his brother to come out will know that stopping every civil disobedience is a sabotage and a betrayal for the brother release. Fulani can never close their eyes and release without there is issue to compromise, which borders on public interest. It is there in the Constitution of Nigeria. Today, they have used Kanunta to defeat the public interest in the region.
Okay. They have used Kanunta Kanu
to defeat the public interest. So the fate of releasing the fate of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now lies on these millions of Biafrans who will make it happen.
Good.
That is why the autopilot came in. That is why the spirit of Biafra released the word autopilot in the first place.
Wonders shall never end. That is very, very wonderful. Thank you so much, Mazi Simon Ekpa. I can see people are saying today hot. Of course, today hot, and this is exactly what we have expected. Now, coming back to PLO Lumumba, is there any chance after all these shenanigans and betrayal? Is there any chance to get him on board again? Because you have his contact, of course.
Yes, of course. He has already given his consent. And when you watch, why I did not allow him to talk on that program, of course, he is a very learned man, so he did not even say anything. He just said Simon was involved and all that, and he don't want to go there. So Yes, that is of course. He's somebody who is who wants human rights, and he's a well-respected man. So yes, I believe he has given his consent, and it also pained him that he was not part of the legal team yet. And like you heard him say that more work ought to have been done, and that shows that he has followed the case. You understand? Yes, because for him to come to say that more work ought to have been done means that he has followed the case, even when he is not part of it.
Okay, thank you so much. And I hope.
And let me tell you also, it is also these things that we are doing that is, you can see Barrister Ejiofor, that man, believe me, that man is a man with thick skin. That Barrister Ejiofor you see the last time Barrister Ejiofor came to give press release about new Iroko 3 coming to the legal team to lead. You see, let me tell you also, it has nothing to do with Kanunta.
Okay. Actually, the last word you said is actually what I wanted to ask you. That I hope you, as a person, you are not waiting for Kanunta to get this man Tolu Lumumba involved, and if there's any other person that is needed to get involved, I think you have already answered that.
Yes.
Now, I think, now another thing which is very, very, very important.
Please, I need, my time is going up now, and that's why I'm looking, because this is 2 hours plus already. So if you can, if we can have, you may wish to re-invite me, because this is going to be, this is not like the normal program I have on my program. Okay, I cannot be answering these questions if I have my program. Okay, so you need to see whether you can reschedule for another interview, because now we are out to address a lot of pressing issues.
Okay, good. Let me rush them. I think we are getting to the end, but let me just rush them, please. Recently, you reintroduce yourself as Ekpa, Simon Njoku, and so many expositions by Irats have been done about this. To the extent they said that actually the ESN money that Biafrans have been contributing into Umuri account, the ESN, the approved ESN account by our leader Mazen Namdekano, is actually coming to you personally, and you are the one that Biafrans have been contributing money into. So what do you have to say about this?
That is the most foolish thing. This is the thing that brings shame to this Biafra struggle. The caliber of all this Iraq, the caliber like this one you are mentioning in South Africa, a complete illiterate, are the ones fronting as media warriors of this movement. It's a very shameful thing. So when you see people coming to say that I put Njoku in my name in order to go and defend myself in court, is just very absurd, honestly. I don't, I have joined the struggle, and that is what I have chosen to do, and I will continue to fight, even though we are not in the same level. It is just too shameful to see myself in this particular mess in the name of the Biafra struggle. But that is what we have to do. And we will continue to tell people that this does not represent the Biafra we are fighting for. These are a bunch of illiterates who don't know their left from their right. How can somebody say that the money that is being contributed to the account Mazen Namdekano, approved, is coming to ESN, is coming to Simon Ekpa and Njoku? And that is why you see, the fight and the war against that Umeri account did not start today. I just played the video, the voice of Kanunta in July. I think in July or August, if I'm not mistaken. I will check the date, either July or August. That voice is Kanunta. You see Kanunta calling the operator of those accounts criminals, even when the DOS, was still sitting on the account, and they are yet to announce it, because he was fighting everything with the Neneanya for the DOS Chike Doziem not to announce the account. And Chike Doziem sat on a lot of directive given to them by Mazin Amdekan, and that's why somebody like Nelly ran mad. So if you see that if Kanunta tell you is controlling the legal team, it's not only legal team, it's also tell you that DOS is not in charge, that he is in charge. So which means it was Kanunta that sacked Nelly Ofebu. It was Kanunta that sacked Madame Oyibo. It was Kanunta that sacked everybody that didn't want to bring money to him. And that's why somebody like me stand on my ground to get it back. So now you get the point.
Yeah.
So Biafrans that are contributing money to where Biafra that are contributing money to where Mazin Amdekan did not approve. For example, they come to bring a public liability company account, say it is where to. How can you do that? It is what Kanunta has wanted all this while. So, and for a lot of people are joining, and so I can play the voice again for those who did not listen to it again.
Yes.
And this voice was either on August. I have to check the date.
I am post through this thing here, this account. Please disassociate yourself from this account. It doesn't exist. There won't do she.
Okay.
ESN doesn't have any account.
ESN doesn't have any account.
There will be criminals, the rogue elements in America.
Okay.
And I'm going to say something about it today when I go on air. Doesn't can draw your attention. I saw it somewhere and this thing. Please remove further and disassociate yourself from these people. They're all criminals looking for people to incriminate. Thank you.
So you see, while this thing was going on, Kanunta was going from from people and telling he told me to disassociate myself, that ESN doesn't have any account. While Mazin Amdekan ordered money to be transferred to ESN account. That was a divine directive. Do you understand the thing now? So it was after that first directive that is spiritual that Kanunta penetrated and begin to inject and manipulate other decisions that comes in. That's where the chaos started from. So this confusion you see today, he single-handedly created it using the DOS. That's why I said they are incompetent. I can never respect a bunch of criminals in the DOS. Never. Exactly. Those people are the worst people that you can say you want to work with, because they have been used by this Kanunta. That's why Kanunta from the beginning, he told you here that ESN don't have account against Mazin Amdekan, who approved the account.
Wow. Okay. Quickly, let me rush to another question because of your time. What do you think of engaging foreign allies in this trouble in case we find ourselves in the scenario of 1967 to 1970?
We are already in that particular problem. Now, if you do not understand that there is war, then you need to reassess what is going on in the Southeast. This is a systematic war. We are already in civil war. And this is the worst war you can think of, where they are silently killing the people, killing the youth and everything. It is the most dangerous war we are into now, and people don't understand that. Our youth are missing every day. Police are arresting, abducting people, even from the airport. And you see, after that, you see the lifeless body of those abducted from the airport. Nobody is talking. No human rights organization in Nigeria is talking. Nobody is talking. Everybody's silent. So it is that's why somebody like me, I know that if I want to leave Biafra, I'll forget about Biafra. But somebody have to do it.
Okay. So it is on card and welcome. Yes. To engage foreign allies.
Exactly.
Okay, good. Now, few months ago, from the time of abduction and the extraordinary rendition of our leader Mazin Amdekan down to a few weeks ago, you have been fighting for DOS. You have been standing for them. You have been standing up for them. Even when me personally have been fighting them, Nsima has been fighting them, you have been standing for them to protect them. What has changed that made you take this very stand you have taken now?
My brother, you know, what have changed is that when you know, I am somebody that I don't just, I don't deal with people based on what I hear. I don't deal with people based on hearsay. Okay, I want to have my own experience. Okay. Now, if you notice, you will know that for the first 4 months, they attacked me every 24/7. I have never responded. Even when BBC interviewed me and they came to me, they want to ask some question, I didn't respond. A lot of media houses approached me, I didn't respond, because I'm not the type that I don't want to do something, you know, out of emotion. So the same thing happens to the brother Emmanuel Kanu. When he contacted me for the very first time, I know a lot of people who advised me to be very careful, and I told them I don't have anything against him. I don't know who he is. He has not done anything to me. Until the first time he contacted me was to give me a message that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said that he's going to be giving me a topic every Monday. And then I asked him, do I go ahead to post this? You know, and then I said, and then I remember that people told me that I shouldn't, you know, trust him. You know, they told me a lot of things about him. I said, I can't believe what you people are saying until he do something to me. So it happens that I wanted to confirm this particular message from Barrister Ejiofor. And at the end of the day, I was discussing with Barrister Ejiofor, and we discussed something, and something happened that I forgot to ask to confirm whether our leader said such thing. Now, at the end of the day, I made a post. I made a post because what they asked me to, what he meant by that is that, of course, that our leader want that he is still in charge, and which he is still in charge. So in order for them to understand that he's still in charge of this movement, also make it that he has to be giving me topic to show he's in charge. So I made this in public. Now, after that, these some people, they went and start, you know, they think that they set me up, okay? You know, because I still have my ear on the ground. So they were saying they have set me up and all that. So that time you hear they are saying that is going to be broadcasting from DSS dungeon, and they carry the news and everywhere. So and now there's some of them that turn around and say, where is the message now? Is the message coming? So all these things were already planned in order to blackmail me. You understand? By all these people. So of course I came and said the message came from the brother Kanunta Kanu, you know. And then of course after they carried that news, they carried it and it didn't sell. It didn't sell. They say Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say he's gonna be giving you some topic and all that. So where is the topic now? Where is the topic? It comes from the brother of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and they told me that he's a very bad guy. Okay, I didn't believe it, but now he has done it. So he tried to set me up. At the end of the day, it didn't work out. He failed. Now, coming to the question to why I now decide to choose of course, in the 5 months into the abduction of our leader, I have seen a lot in the spirit. I am a spiritual man, a very, you know, a very, very calm. Let me not say I'm a very, very calm spiritual man. So I have my own way of finding things out. So I have made my finding. I have consulted my gods and also Jesus Christ that I worship. So I know how to find out my things if I want to find out. When I came, first of all, to talk about what I see in Oyen, I told you people that I get message directly from his heart. People don't believe me. But a lot of things has happened that should prove those people that say it's a lie, should prove them wrong. When all this message was coming, I was still saying, we don't want to be hearing how our leader is doing. You don't know why I'm saying that. You know why I'm saying that? You know why I'm saying that?
No.
Okay. But you have heard me saying, I don't want to be hearing, or we don't want to be hearing how our leader is doing. We want to be hearing how bad he is doing, right?
Okay. Personally, I understand why you are saying that. Personally,
okay.
You know, but you know, most of the questions I'm asking you, not most, all of the questions I'm asking you is something that I know because I'm on ground and I know about it. I know I'm fully integrated in this struggle.
Okay,
so
now
I'm asking you these questions for Biafran people, especially those who are still in doubt of what is going on in IPOB. Now, I understand why you said so.
Okay, now let me tell for those who do not understand why I said it. Okay, why I always say we don't want to be hearing how our leader is doing is that Kanunta revolution will expose a lot of things. He has told you that he is in charge of the legal team, which means whatever he tells the legal team to do, they do it. So if he tells the legal team to write something, they write it. Do you understand? So why should somebody in DSS dungeon be doing well? Why should somebody who can never change, who have not changed his clothes for 5 months, be doing well? Why is somebody who is not sleeping with pillow be doing well? Why is somebody who have never seen the doctor be doing well? Why is somebody whose blood has been taken from him 21 good times without coming to him to share results be doing well? Why should somebody who has not eaten food for 3 good days be doing well? Why is somebody who has been restricted from seeing any other person in prison, a mental torture, doing well? All these things is a manipulative from the Kanunta, and his brother is dying silently in the prison. That is the reason why I said we don't want to hear how good he's doing. We want to hear how bad. But Kanunta can never allow that to happen. He controls the legal team. So, haven't come to understand that the life of our leader is in danger if we allow this criminal DOS to continue without somebody shaking them. I decided to take this route for the best interest of Mazen and Kanu. Nothing else. Because without this, what I'm doing, everything is dead. And you can attest to that. If I follow Kanunta, follow DOS, I will be silenced.
Exactly. Okay. Thank you so much for that very response, Mazi Simon Ekpa. Now we are heading to the end.
Please let it be the end. Let it be the end.
Yes. We are heading to the end. You know, they are very important. That's why we need to ask. What do you have to tell our people who are afraid?
Please, somebody is, yeah, you know, I think there is a comment where somebody say from DOS to Kanunta. I think I need to address that because, you know, these people, they don't have brain. Somebody asked, I was attacking DOS now to Kanunta. The reason why it is now Kanunta is that Kanunta has come to tell you that he's the DOS. That DOS is not in charge, that he is in charge. So the person asking that question should understand now we are channeling it to Kanunta. DOS have already been silenced. Anything they come to do after now is just rubbish.
Okay, I think I need to start blocking some idiots. There is this another person I need to get. I need to take away from here. Now, moving forward, what do you have to tell? What do you have to tell our people who are afraid, especially those in the diaspora, who are afraid of being tagged the terrorists, knowing fully well that our leader Mazen Kanu has told us on one of his broadcasts that it doesn't matter the name they tag you, Oliver Cromwell, George Washington, Nelson Mandela, all of them were once tagged terrorists, even their organizations. And also you have done exposition one time, not once, not twice, when you talked about Nelson Mandela being recently removed from the USA terrorist book of record. So what do you have to tell our people about this very disturbing issue about being tagged terrorists?
It is illiteracy that is the problem. Because when you listen to the one they call China Sangoro, I don't know whether that one break a chalk. China Sangoro will come to Radio Biafra and say, if had continued they sit at home in Anambra State. The US will call us terrorists, that we are disturbing a democratic process. What nonsense. So these people don't even, that these are the people that Mazen and the cat have been deceiving and the misleading our leader. How can a civil disobedience amount to a terrorism act? Do you know, if they don't know the word civil disobedience, they should go and check the dictionary meaning. It is what should have made America to know how serious we are in Biafra struggle. They rubbish that opportunity. By now, if Anambra State election did not hold because people sat at home, by now, believe me, the federal government will be running up and down. It is called civil disobedience. By now, the world, the media will be carrying it. Let them call us terrorists for sitting at home. Let us see who is going to take that kind of word. That you sat at home as a civil disobedience because of you are being killed, because you are asking for self-determination. You decided that you are going to sit at home, and somebody will say you come to Radio Biafra and talk. These are the things that make us, some of us, to get running stomach, because we are also part of this kind of struggle. And there are professors who are well-learned, well-educated people in this struggle. We come, and somebody who has nothing to offer, who have any professional background, will come to Radio Biafra and tell you that if you embrace civil disobedience, they will target terrorists. What nonsense. It could have been one of the biggest weapons to let America talk. Because let me tell you, everything going on is business interest. Nigeria is still one Nigeria today because of business interest. So we need brain. We need good brain in the struggle. We need negotiators. We need negotiators. Today, we do not have good negotiators. If we have good negotiators, this political solution they are talking about, by now, we will be having a result. Do you know why I say we don't have good negotiators? First of all, we are going to have, knowing who Nigerian politicians are, we are going to say we need money for hand, back for ground agreement. Because we know that politicians who will promise you heaven and earth before election, and immediately election come and gone, they disappear. Is that the kind of people you go into agreement with? No, never. So if somebody who you see, let me tell you that you are a member of the DOS does not qualify you to negotiate on behalf of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. No. That you are a member of DOS does not qualify you. If Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is here, that's why he is using people outside, and they are getting mad. Because Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is a very intelligent man. So you are a member of DOS does not mean you have to be part of everything that is going on. No. There are people that can be specifically chosen for a particular task. So you are a member of DOS does not mean you have to negotiate for Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Look at how your negotiators have ended. They have rubbished everything. And we are going to fight to make sure that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu will come out stronger and better.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Second to the last, please. Dr. Cho Ayaba has been lamenting that he wants to get in touch with the leadership of IPOB, and the said leadership of IPOB has made getting in touch with them a fortress, just like going to Asoro. Do we have any alternative, or can we try to get this very strong man involved with what we are doing, even though the so-called DOS are avoiding him?
You mean you are talking about Lumumba, right?
No. Cho Ayaba, Dr. Cho Ayaba.
Dr. Cho Ayaba. Okay. Yes, Dr. Cho Ayaba. Can you come again with your question, because I'm a little bit distracted? Okay.
Dr. Cho Ayaba, the leader of AWO, Ambazonia War of Liberation, has cried out loud in a wrong direction from the leadership. So now, is it necessary, or how do you see it, trying to fight or trying to get him involved because we know what he stands for and we know what we can get from his side of Amazonia. What do you think? Is it necessary to get him involved since you are also up there and you're among the people that get him interviewed with Biafran people?
Yes, of course. It is a very good thing to get him involved. The DOS would never want to have anything to do with him. They have lost track. The DOS have lost track. You can imagine where Amazonia leader is looking for how to contact the IPOB leadership. Is it not shameful?
Shameful.
Yes. That should show you that what they are doing is that they are disconnecting everything that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu connected. They have disconnected the World Igbo Congress. They are doing everything to disconnect them. So everything Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have done and connected, they are disconnecting it. They have disconnected Umuada. They are now calling Umuada Ashawo on Radio Biafra. They have disconnected our women. They have disconnected every person that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu single-handedly give instruction. My happiness is that I know I'm going to push Kanunta more to come and do more revolution, because you know when God want to expose you, he will make you drunk. So I am going to push him to make. I'm saying this thing, and he's not going to run away from it. Now he has laid the background of this position. He has made it clear that he's in charge. So that should tell you, you know, that who is giving the DOS the directive. That now even Dr. Ayaba is looking for a way to contact, and he's saying it public because they are disconnecting. They are disconnecting everything. And we are ready to work with them, and we are working with them any day, anytime.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for that great response. For the last question, IPOB worldwide protest. What do you think about it? Is it good for us to go back to the basics to start protesting all over the world, and how do we go about that?
Yes, we have to start protesting, but now they have to. The people have to first of all accept that our cry, that we are crying a just cry. You understand?
Yes.
If you like we saw the people in Israel protesting, so which means you cannot be fighting me and then you turn again and begin to protest after break of 5 months. It doesn't make sense. It means that you failed. You understand me?
Very well.
So those that cannot just lie to themselves, they have to first of all come publicly and acknowledge that they have failed. And let me tell you, I have spent many years to build my life and build my integrity. But look at today, even a rag in the street is insulting me for Biafra. So, and the people that are sponsoring them, giving them airtime to insult and rubbish people like us, will never go unpunished. The God of Biafra will punish them. So they should first of all come and make it open that this their shenanigan and everything they have done has failed, meaning that they want to go back to the street protest after break. So why do you have break in the first place? So if they are going on a protest again, it means these people have no direction. They don't have the technical know-how to do something that will release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They don't have it. You see, it is not just about legal team. It is not just about hiring lawyers and going to court. This is a political. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a political prisoner, and we know that there is no law in Nigeria that will make that will sentence Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So if you know there is no law that will sentence Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, how do you think that lawyers will release him? He is still being detained. It is a combination of lawyer and every Biafran activities and actions that will see him released.
Exactly.
As it is now, court, judge in court cannot pronounce Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we free you.
Mhm.
I am being sincere.
Exactly.
Because the judge that is presiding over this case knows that she cannot sentence Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So why have she not released him?
Mhm. Okay.
So it is not just about the legal team. It is about the actions of Biafrans that will determine whether they are going to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And that actions cannot have destroyed it, and his DOS and the DOS people. They have destroyed it. Now they want to go back. Yeah. They want to start campaigning. And those who are even shouting for campaigning for protest are even some genuine ones. Have you seen the DOS coming to say we are going to go back to the street?
Never.
They can't. They are all gone. They are running. Anytime they come to make broadcast now, it's just for formality, because I'm saying it now. My time is up, please.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mazi Simon Ekpa. The last word, please. The closing remarks,
yes,
for Biafrans to go home with this very night. Please go ahead.
What?
Closing remarks for Biafrans to go home with.
My closing remark today is that, one moment, sorry. Sorry about that. My closing remark is that I want everybody to be very focused, stand by the truth, and always stand by the truth. It is only the truth that will make the struggle very, very successful. With lies and propaganda, you are going nowhere. And let me tell you, for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be free, we need to embark on a very serious civil disobedience that will make the price of keeping him very, very high, higher than the price of releasing him. This thing is a mathematics that I want everybody to solve. Now, for those of you who are attacking me or who are part of attacking me, I want you to go and listen to this program today and check yourself whether you still want to continue to toe that line. But let me tell you, if you think that I am the one you can push and push around, you have come to Tiaka na Pit na Timpa. Tiaka na Timpa. Timpa is Butaja. You know, so that is what I have to tell you. I don't have any other statement to give, but I want people to rise up and stand by the truth and nothing but the truth. Forget all these people that are doing whatever they are doing. Let us fight for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. When he comes, he's going to fix the house. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, my wonderful brother, Mazi Simon Ekpa, for coming. This is going to be the beginning. Everything we have said today is on record, and I'm going to do what I can to get our genuine people who are fighting for the freedom of Biafra and release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu involved with what we are doing. Thank you so much for honoring this very invitation for Biafran people and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome to the program. Welcome.